We've made it to the grid at Spa, and it's lights out, and we're underway as Ben Daly gets off the grid well and leads the way over Arava, trailed by Martinez and Broadbent into turn 1. It's a great launch for Owen, who started at the back due to a grid penalty. He's going to dive deep into turn 1, and he's already gained several positions. Owen is going to be 4 wide as he tries to get clear on the run to Eau Rouge. It's going to be close, still 4 wide, and oh no, there's a huge crash. Multiple cars go airborne, and that is a massive hit for Gary Owen.
Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR iRacing My Driver career mode here on the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. It has been a minute since we've been to Spa, and you saw the last time we were there, it was, well, what set up for this whole series, our jump to NASCAR from open wheel racing after a season-ending crash. And now, after we have become NASCAR's ambassador for promoting, of course, just international racing of the sport, well, we have made it happen. We have our first international race of the series here at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps. Check out our brand new Traction paint scheme here that we are running with this Trackhouse team. As you guys know, I signed with Traction a while back. We have a paint scheme with them now made by Drive-Thru Designs here now as we are ready to get the show rolling here at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps for the first road race of the season, which means on your screen you will see we have a sprint race to take place here, similar to how Formula 1 runs sprint races. So a sprint race about half the length of the normal main race here. In the top 10 get points, with 10th place getting 1 point all the way through second gets 9 points, first place gets 15 points here now. And the grid for the sprint race was set randomly, so unfortunately we started about the midfield here as we were ready to go for 5 red lights here from Circuit de Spa Francorchamps for the sprint race, with Alex Bowman on pole alongside Daniel Suarez as we were heading down towards turn 1. Very crucial for us to get a good start here now and just make our way through the traffic. I really wasn't expecting a top 10 considering where we started in the sprint race, but the qualifying order for the main race is all based on lap time, not finishing order, so whoever gets the best lap times is going to find themselves starting at the front of that main race. Any road courses on the schedule this season, so we know these road courses are going to play a huge role with these sprint races too, in the championship being decided here as we come up through on the exit of Radion now. As you see Bubba Wallace, he's spinning there. We avoid Bubba, and here comes David Schildhouse right across our nose. And on the first opening moments of the sprint race, we are out. We are completely out of the races. We have crashed into the side of David Schildhouse. The car absolutely junked. Yep, I'm okay, guys, but wow, that was a huge hit. I don't know where the 20 even came from. What a hit right there, and unfortunately our front end was completely torn off, so no matter what, we don't even get a lap time in for that fastest time, as well as we're going to have to use the backup car in the main race, which means we'll start at the back. You see what happened here. Kyle Larson came together with Kyle Busch, then Larson actually got together with Bubba Wallace, who saved it, but unfortunately, and while saving it, hit the 33 Boston Cindric. David Schildhouse goes into the barrier, Cindric as well out of the race, and I had absolutely nowhere to go here. Now I was on board with myself again. I was able to avoid Bubba Wallace here just barely. I mean, it was a close call already, and then here comes Schildhouse. I already throttled up trying to avoid the situation, and unfortunately I just didn't have enough time to stop the car, and here's an on board with Bubba Wallace. You see the two drivers in front of him come together, and really not much Bubba could do there with this 2311 car, and unfortunately around he went, and as well on board with David Schildhouse here. Now what a ride Schildhouse went on right here, just minding his own business, and boom, into the barrier he goes. A big hit for David Schildhouse on both sides of his Chevrolet Camaro there for Rick Ware Racing. So not the start he wanted, not the start I wanted. Cindric, Bubba as well here now as we have to go to a backup car and get prepared to go into the main race here on Sunday the following day. So not the situation we wanted, and it was Alex Bowman actually who would win the sprint race here, get 15 points. Michael Cozy Jr. in second gets 9 points. You see Harvick, you see Suarez, you see Jay Cook, Kyle Busch, all up here in the mix. Cindric actually got back on the track, but he did not actually get any points, obviously, because he was outside of the top 10. Kyle Larson would be the one that rounded out the top 10. Rick Ware's Cody Ware inside the top 10 as well. Schildhouse and myself on the pit lane to end this sprint race here now. So went a lot shorter than I was hoping for, but we would get ready this following day here on Sunday to get going for lights out from the back of the pack, and hopefully avoiding any lap 1 chaos once again here and now, as we were ready to to grid up and go lights out once again here. With these standing starts at road courses, so much fun. Michael Cozy Jr. had the fastest lap from the sprint race. He starts on pole. Kyle Larson Cindric, actually, after he got his car repaired, went out and still managed to run a pretty good time. He was up there in P3 for the start here now after that sprint race. So Cozy leads the way on the exit of turn 1. Very, very slow speeds as we go down into this first corner. I had already made up a couple of positions here. I started at the back. I'd passed like 7-8 cars or so here now as they head up through Eau Rouge and Radion now. Cozy leads the way, the rookie, looking for his first win of his career here in the Cup Series. In the last episode in Atlanta, after we saw Michael Fasty, the NASCAR race director, get fired, we saw Sheldon Creed win that race as a rookie. In the background, Denny Hamlin's got some damage after contact with the number 21 rookie of Harrison Burton, and Hamlin has come to a dead stop there. No caution is going to fly here now as it's hard to get yellows on these road courses now as Hamlin, a bit of an accident right there, and he would keep going, but he's going to be way behind and probably have to bring it into the pit lane to repair some damage here. Now as we see, Cozy is actually under pressure from Kyle Larson now. Larson already has a win this season and he's trying to go 2 this time now as he's going to go around the outside through this long sweeping hairpin, and Larson's going to lunge one up the inside into the left-hander. A side-by-side wheel-to-wheel battle between Cozy and Kyle Larson, the defending Cup Series champion, versus one of the best oval sim racers on the planet right there with Michael Cozy Jr., who follows in line though in second place now as that has sorted itself out. Let's take a quick look what happened right here earlier in the lap. Blaney and his affiliate teammate of Harrison Burton come together, and unfortunately Hamlin really has nowhere to go as the 21 just comes right across them and unfortunately does a lot of damage there to the left front of Denny Hamlin. So more damage down to the 11 than the 21 as he would come to a stop. He would get back going, but he found himself in the pit lane for a little bit there to fix some damage. So it was Kyle Larson who would come through to lead this first and opening lap here in Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. You see Cozy taking a defensive line. He was under attack from now Christopher Bell, who would continue to put the attack on him. Cozy takes a defensive line down into the now right and left chicane here, and that's going to open the door wide open for this guy right here, Christopher Bell. He's going to be side by side. You see James Davison, a road course ringer, Austin Cindric, another road ringer up here in the mixed in the top 5, as well as they are ready to pounce on any opportunities that might arise for them here now. But Cozy, he might have started on pole, but clearly he's struggling here early on in this race as Larson continues to run away from the grid, and you can see what a fight Cozy is putting up, but it's not going to be enough from the looks of it. Christopher Bell continues to put that pressure on him side by side. They keep it clean here now, but they're heading towards this downhill braking zone for this long sweeping left-hander, which should allow the 19 to get clear of that 98 close quarters racing, but it's going to be the 19 of Christopher Bell who will get in front of Michael Cozy Jr. Some great racing so far here in these opening couple of laps in Spa. In the background showed how scrapping it out side by side with that number 23 DoorDash Toyota Camry of Bubba Wallace. You see that 20 Advanced GG machine actually sideways there for a brief moment. They continue to scrap it out wheel to wheel as well. Now as you look forward though, Kyle Busch, he's been run off the track. He's into the grass and into the sand as well. What has happened there to the 2015-2019 Cup Series champion? He's going to rejoin the track safely, but Kyle Busch with a big moment right there. We'll get a quick look immediately on what happened, and it was actually Chase Elliott who just straight up ran Kyle Busch off the track into the braking zone, gave him no room to work with, and unfortunately that sends Kyle off the track. It got a little bit worse actually for the two-time Cup Series champion here now. So after he rejoins the track, comes back on, he stays to the left, but you're going to see right here into the right-hander, he actually makes some contact with William Byron and shoves him off the track. He comes back on and makes even more contact with Ryan Blaney, so damage done to both of those cars, and Ryan Blaney got quite a bit of left front damage, and at the end of this lap, he was actually coming into the pit lane here now as I was slowly reeling all of these guys in. I was up into the top 25 at this point here now as I go down into this final chicane. You see Ryan Blaney into the pit lane. Now fortunately for him, he might be able to do a one stop only because I can confirm we do have to pit in this race. May that be under caution or green flag conditions, we're not sure yet here. So Blaney might be able to make it to the end here, so might not be the end of the world, but obviously he's got some damage to fix here now as I had a bit of a moment through this long sweeping left-hander there. You saw the back end kick out and I was just counter steering that and hoping I wouldn't spin out. Fortunately I didn't, but we continue to reel in this 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr., but I kind of got stuck here for a little bit. You can see that I'm hovering in about 21st or so, and I couldn't really do much more than 21st right now, and I know I am capable of much better than 21st here on a road course, and especially at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in our return to this track after so long ago when we had changed our whole career path after a main pivotal moment at this racetrack here. Now side by side in front of us between the 47 and the 13 of Creed and Steno. So I'm going to hop on the opportunity, look up the inside of that number 47 here, NOS Chevrolet Camaro for JTG Doherty now as we're going to head down into this downhill braking zone. This is a huge opportunity for me to do that right there. Clear that number 47 of Ricky Stenhouse. On our way through here now, trying to run down next the 13 of Sheldon Creed, fellow rookie and rookie winner so far this season here from Atlanta Motor Speedway now. As will he be the only rookie to win a race this season? We haven't had the pace so far. We haven't even gotten a top 10, and I know the road course is my best opportunity to change that here as you see me putting pressure on the back of the 13, even getting into the back bumper of Creed a little bit here as I'm just trying to say, hey, I'm here, I'm faster than you, I'm clearly proving that right now, let me go have the position. Well, Creed, he was not going down without a tussle, that's for sure here. As you can see, he has got no intentions of moving over, letting me go, so it was going to be a tough battle. We come through into the final chicane. He takes a very defensive line. I get into the back of him again here on the penultimate corner, and even into the final corner, I'm going to kind of say, hey, I'm here. I give him a nudge there on the left rear, but it's not going to be enough. Creed continues to hold on for this battle for 19th place now, as I actually had a big moment right here through up Eau Rouge and Radion and whatnot. I nearly end my own day going into the barrier. Fortunately, we would save it, and we would have to, of course, hit the reset button, and eventually we would once again run down that 13 of Creed, proving even more that we clearly have the pace to beat him here. So I try to lunge one up the inside after more contact with that number 13 door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel, fender-to-fender here now as we continue to struggle to pass a hard-fighting Sheldon Creed. That moment right there said, okay, I'm done waiting on you, so I'm really going to give him a shot to the bumper there, the bump and run to the back of Sheldon Creed, and finally we're going to see our way forwards here, up a position now as we're into the top half of the field. He's still put up a good fight, but we managed to finally get clear of that RCR rookie of Sheldon Creed. Oh my goodness, what a battle that was, and I don't know what it was about this pass being completed, but once I completed this pass on the 13 of Sheldon Creed, I found a lot of pace in this car, in these tires and whatnot, and it was just a matter of time until I run down Denny Hamlin, who's not on the lead lap. He, of course, had to fix that damage from that lap 1 incident, but I get to the back of Denny Hamlin's employee driver of Brandon Jones, one of now 3 2311 drivers alongside Bubba Wallace and Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs really struggling in his rookie season here in the Cup Series My Driver career mode. Only 2 points on the season. That actually came from this sprint race right here now as we lunge one up the inside of the 96. Brandon Jones, a multi-time stage winner this season here, but he hasn't won any races yet now, as we would now make a lunge up the around the outside and then up the inside here of our Trackhouse teammate of Daniel Suarez, and look at the pace we found in this car. We are moving through the field, only 7 laps to go in the race at this point here. Now we get to the back of the 24 of William Byron for Hendrick Motorsports, and we're just going to easily be able to make a lunge up the inside right here and through the right-hander. We're going to find ourselves pretty even, a little bit sideways there on the exit, but we will get past another car of William Byron. So I knew as well we were closing in on these potentially now what is looking like green flag pit stops, so I was preparing for that, trying to gain as much time as I could before that happened here. Another move up the inside of Bubba Wallace, into 15th place we go, and you can see on the little lap comparison with the other drivers, I don't know what happened, but you can see my times getting faster and faster compared to them getting slower and slower. So now we pass Kyle Busch, but he's going to fight back up the left-hand side through this final corner, but we hold him off, and up into 14th place we go. Next target, David Shodos, one of my favorite content creators here on YouTube, on Twitch as well here now, as we're going to try and put the fight to his inside here, nearly into his right rear quarter panel, but it's not going to matter. Another position gain for us here in Circuit de Spa. Francis Champs now, Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, among the targets we have next to pass here now before these green flag pit stops, and we immediately put that fight to the number 8 of Tyler Reddick, and somehow we've gone from all the way at the back to now up into 12th place before we've even hit this first pit stop of the day. But it was actually at the end of this lap when pit stops were starting to take place here. Now as we get right to the back of that 14, look how much further I'm able to break into the corner right now. But Kyle Larson, some of these leaders had now made their way into the pit lane, including Christopher Bell. Cozy stays out an extra lap, so he will have to pit here at the end of this lap, but I would decide to come in on the same lap as Christopher Bell, as well as Eric Almirola. So we're going to have 5 laps of racing, so I decided to put 4 tires on the car, 4 fresh tires, because 5 laps is a lot of racing still here in Circuit de Spa, with about 2.5 minute laps here, nearly this is still, over 10 minutes of racing. So I decided, 4 tires is the way to go. And fortunately, everybody else thinks the same. So I didn't lose a ton of time in the pit lane here. Actually, a drag race with Eric Almirola here now as we settle in behind him. So 14th at this current moment in time. Cozy, of course, like I said, he would have to pit at the end of this lap, but he had currently found himself out in front leading some laps. But I knew, I was confident at this point here now in the pace in this car. We've run from dead last to all the way up here into the top 15. I said, let's put the attack immediately to Eric Almirola there for Stuart Haas, racing his final season in the NASCAR Cup Series in real life and in this My Driver Series as well. Now, we're going to get back in behind him one more time to get that slipstream, and then we're going to pull out to the left-hand side, and we're going to just try and outbrake him here into this braking zone, and sure enough, we get even, and half a car like nearly clear. We are clear into the corner there. What a corner. And now, putting the pressure on the back of the 14 immediately of Eric Almirola's teammate of Chase Briscoe here now, as he's going to go defensive. I said, that's fine. I got confidence right now. I'm just going to go around the outside. So I sail it off into the right-hander, and sure enough, we are going to be able to pass this 14 around the outside and nearly clear, but no, Briscoe's going to fight back for a brief moment, and we are well get clear right there though, and move now up into P12. Our quest for our first top 10 of the season continues after the pit cycle had gone through. We got up into P9 behind Bowman and Logano, who are scrapping it out side by side here. 4 laps to go in this race. Kyle Larson, as well as Christopher Bell, currently your top 2. Davison, Cindric, Elliott, your top 5. Michael Cozy Jr., P6 after his pit stop here. Now as we're side by side with Bowman here into this long sweeping carousel here. Now nearly some contact actually between the two of us here. Bowman not going to give up this fight easily now as we continue though into that left-hander. Once again, that makes it an easy pass right there. As I kind of ran him out of a little bit of room, but I felt like it was overall a pretty clean move here. So up into 8th place, the best we've done all season, other than that one moment in Atlanta where we did take the lead and run away and win that second stage here. So we're making improvements because we ran good in Atlanta. We didn't finish good, that's for sure. But here we are overall just running great today, and I knew we could do it at a road course now. 3 laps ago, coming to 2 laps ago, unfortunately, my pace had fallen off. Joey Logano actually started to drive away from me. So I knew at this point it was just holding on to an 8th place finish here is all we can really try and do. Overall though, I would be very, very satisfied with an 8th place finish, and we come through to start the final lap here in Spa. Kyle Larson with an over 4-second lead over one of his good friends of Christopher Bell, and he's got a history with Christopher Bell on road courses here, especially at Watkins Glen in real life in 2021. You remember the altercation moment they had on track going down into turn 1, which sent Christopher Bell around actually into that corner after contact with Kyle Larson here as we come through Eau Rouge and Radion one final time. And Alex Bowman, though, he is close enough to pounce, but will he make the move here now as we make this long run down towards this heavy braking zone for a stock car here? Bowman has got the momentum. He's going to look to the right hand side here. We're going to be side by side into the braking zone there. Very close quarters contact with Alex Bowman, and around we go sideways into the corner. We somehow save it and go in the right direction, but Bowman and Briscoe get clear. We drop down to P10, and big contact right there with Alex Bowman in that number 48 Hendrick Motorsports Gatorade Chevrolet Camaro here as we hold off Keselowski there. He was pouncing on the opportunity. I shut the door, and we'll at least hold on to the 10th position as we look for our first top 10 on the year, don't forget. But by the end of the lap, it's Kyle Larson who comes through to get his second win in the first 4 races of the season here. Now Christopher Bell just short second place for him, but a good points day overall for that number 19 Joe Gibbs Racing driver. James Davison in the number 53 Rick Ware Racing, the Daytona 500 winner, in the top 5, as well as Cindric and Elliott there as you see Cozy, Logano, and there you see Alex Bowman, Briscoe, myself, who's going to at least come through for a 10th place finish. But well, I was a little bit upset, as you could imagine, with that number 48 of Alex Bowman. I immediately am looking for Alex Bowman, trying to run him down, and it did not take long to get to Alex Bowman here. Now, as he was actually trying to run away from me a little bit here as we went down this long straightaway, but then he would actually slam the brakes. Alex Bowman brake checked me down the straightaway there as I was just trying to show my displeasure. I never ran into him. He just brake checked me, so now I'm a little bit even further aggravated than Alex Bowman, so I just let him know about it here. Now as I'm going to give him a bit of a side swipe into the same corner he wrecked me previously. Now as we take another look here, it's hard to tell if I had come over or not. In my opinion, it looks like, we'll slow down the film and whatnot, it looks like Alex Bowman right there moves a little bit to the left and just runs into the side of me, and that led to that moment right there. What a way to end this episode, but we at least earned our first top 10 of the season. That's what I was most happy about here now in Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. It's been a very rough start to the season. We've had speed, we've had pace overall, but we haven't had the finishing positions, finishing order to show for it here now to start this season in the first 3 races. But finally, we got a top 10 run after an incredible rebound, and it comes at, of course, at a track that's so important to this series here. Now, as we're gonna, of course, take a look at the points before we end this episode, at least the top 15, I can confirm I'm 16th, directly behind Denny Hamlin, but Michael Kose Jr., the rookie, has taken the points lead here after his performance in Spa. Kyle Larson has won 2 races, but is only 5th in the standings here now, and with no playoffs. That's what's awesome about this system here. James Davison, Rick Ware Racing 2nd, our teammate Daniel Suarez in 3rd, Cindric Larson there round out the top 5, Kyle Busch rounds out the top 10. But overall, that wraps it up here for myself in this NASCAR iRacing career mode. I hope you guys enjoyed. In the next one, we head to a very tricky track, a very hard to drive track at Dover. Could be a complete disaster for myself. We'll have to wait and see, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.